Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and today we have the Protech Newport. In case you guys haven't noticed, I think I'm out of all CJRB knives that I currently have. I know that is my current series, but that doesn't mean that we can't do some random ones in between, as you've been seeing. And what we will be doing is just, I have some knives that I now feel comfortable reviewing, whereas when I first got them, I got them for channel knives and etc, etc, etc. Well, the Protech Newport was something that I wanted to experience a automatic knife from the best automatic knife company that's out there that we know of. And, you know, that's where the Protech Newport falls. Slicey Dicey was a huge inspiration to even creating this channel, and he has a huge fondness for this knife, so this was my first automatic that I got, and yeah, let's get into it. So the Protech Newport. It's a knife that I have used quite a bit, but I have not abused hardly at all. A little bit of schmutz here, or whatever the fuck. What is that? No. Is that coming off? That better fucking come off. It's not like a dent in the blade or some shit, is it? There it goes. Okay. Sorry, that scared the shit out of me. There was something on the knife that kind of looked like something dented the fucking front of it, which I was like, how in the fuck? So anyways, Protech Newport. Here you guys go. This is one with the aluminum scales and the carbon fiber inlay. Deep carry pocket clip, carries fantastically. S35 VN steel on the blade. We got this flat grind that comes out, I'd say about 60% of the way down and then cuts in. You got a flat right here and then a swedge up top. All right. So let's kind of get into it here, huh? Kind of. Yeah, let's kind of get into it. Let's kind of do this. Alrighty. So first and foremost, let's start off with the weight, because this is where this guy absolutely shines. 2.11 ounces. Like, oh my lord. This is almost in bug out territory. It is a super, super lightweight knife. If you couldn't tell by the 2.1 inch ounces. FYI, did you guys just see that? Are you guys seeing how my hand is shaking? Like there's a vibration and I'm trying to hold it steady. This thing is a 2.11 ounce knife and it literally vibrates your hand when you open it up. This thing is badass when it fires open. Like absolutely badass. Alright. Alright, so the blade stock thickness is coming in at exactly 0.1 inches or 100 thousandths. Fairly thin blade stock there. The edge on this guy isn't too incredibly small. I'm showing 20 thousandths on the edge right there. Let's try to get it. Showing 20 thousandths. It's looking like it's going to be about 20 thousandths. Yeah. I can push it to 0. That's not right, though. Yeah, it looks like it's about 20 thousandths on the edge. Plus or minus, you know, my micrometer only goes so far. Or caliper, whatever you want to fucking call it. Same thing. This is almost exactly tip to end of the knife. 7 inches. With a, I do that every time, with a blade length of, not exactly, it's coming under 3 inches. The blade length, I would say, is like 2.9 inches. It's fairly short, it's compact. Let's go for height and then right here. I mean, if you can see here, short of the pocket clip, this thing's showing 0.39 for the thickness. And then let's go overall height of the knife. Less than an inch. So that's pretty damn good. To put that in perspective, on the opposite side of the spectrum, the PM2 is 1.6. So this is almost half as tall. Remember, I used that word tall in your pocket as the PM2. Speaking of, let's do some size comparisons. transition. All right, so we have the Spyderco Mannix 2 and the PM2 and the Protech Newport. Take that in. These are two fairly large knives. That Newport is not as much. It's definitely not considered a large knife. I would consider it, we'll call it medium. We'll call it a schmedium knife. Actually, it's probably small because it's under 3 inches. We have our CJRB RIA and our Rat Model 2. Rat Model 2, Rat Model 1 coming in at much larger. CJRB RIA tip to scale about the exact same. We have our CJRB Feldspar and our CJRB Mini Feldspar. Once again, the Mini Feldspar, almost the exact same there. Last but not least, we have the Civivi Doris and the King Civivi, Civivi Dogma. Dogma's coming in at probably about 1/4 inch longer tip to end to tip, maybe even a 1/2 inch. The Doris is coming in at maybe the same length. If anything, the Doris is slightly shorter. The overhead view actually, let's see here, shows that it's shorter. That's why I like that overhead view, because I am looking at it from an angle from where I'm sitting. Oh God, oh no I didn't. I was like, God, did I forget my bit driver again? Son of a bitch. Get over here, little piece of shit. All right. They call me Tater Tot. Ooh. Bad news bears, ladies and gentlemen. Even the pivot looks like a T6. T7. Why do they give you a T7? Who uses a T7? Stupid. Just as a double check. Watch this be a fucking T7. Nah, the pivot's a T6. Alright, so the pivot's a T6, assuming everything else is a T6. Body screw T6, pocket clip screws T6, pivots T6. Okay. And that, you know what? I mean, we make a big deal about that in the knife community too. And I'm not going to squash that, because that actually has some validity when it comes to, you know, the maintenance of your knives and how frustrating it is to be that guy that takes this pivot because your knife's loose. Ooh, speaking of, my knife is loose. To be that guy that, like, strips out your pivot. Watch me do it now. You strip out your pivot and, you know, everybody's like, oh, it's just a screw. Yeah, well, you gotta wait to get that fucking screw, assuming they don't make you pay for it, right? So it's a pain in the ass. So I actually value the thought process on the, oh, too tight. I actually value the thought process on the T6 versus T8 screws way more than I do, say, the pocket clip argument. Oh, that pocket clip catches this, the pocket clip, no. But, I mean, the screws, I get it. You fucking strip out a screw. We aren't manufacturers. Yeah, they have a million of these. We have none. So, yeah, T6 screws kind of suck. But then again, it's a small knife. I mean, it definitely, medium. It's just under 3 inches. So, yeah. Let's take a look at the centering. Not really fair because I've had it for a while. But the centering's fairly good. We got the push button lock right here, easily accessible. The pivot, which is recessed. The other side of the pivot, which look nice. I didn't show you the pivot because I was off screen. You know, there's 3 body screws plus your 2 pocket clip screws there. The pocket clips, ironically, almost as long as the fucking knife. It's a decent pocket clip. I don't have any problems with it. And this knife, I have 0 problems with. This is the knife that if I want to, like, not carry a knife that I'm trying to review and just carry one of my own, I pick up the Protech Newport, and that is either my second pocket knife, like my second smaller pocket knife, or my, basketball shorts around the house pocket knife. This thing, awesome. So, fires like a fucking champ. Yeah, I mean, so the ergonomics on this, I say this about knives, especially knives like, say, the CJRB Rio, right? I don't give a fuck what the ergonomics on this are. As long as I'm not holding a spiked ball, like, it's a small pocket knife. You're not gonna take this and, bear down on it. It's just not happening. You have other tools that are right for the job. This, I mean, you could, and that's the benefit of having the knife on you, but realistically, it's not meant for that. This is meant for smaller tasks. It's meant you can do a little food prep or something with it. You can cut open boxes. Anything that you require a cutting task, this is there on the minor level, right? You're not going to pick up, that and compare it to the rat number one while you're trying to cut down, 500 boxes. It's not a fair comparison. They're two different knives for two different jobs. So, badass. This thing's absolutely badass. And I'm telling you, the 2.11 ounces absolutely freaking disappears in your pocket. It's great. The pocket clip carries great. You never notice it. Being an automatic, those of you that are scared, it's going to go off in your pocket, which, again, I don't know if that's something that we as reviewers created, because I hear them talk about it a lot, but I never fucking thought about it before I started, right? Before I started watching that shit. So, I mean, it's going to take a lot for that to fire off in your pocket. And this thing fires hard, but I want to show you guys. Watch. It's not like it's going to hurt you, okay? You're going to be like, oh shit, fired off my pocket. And then you're going to carefully reach in your pocket and fucking fix it. So, but again, that's a hypothetical situation that probably will never happen. Let's take a look at this blade here. Got the Protech USA on there. Got the S35 VN. So, yeah, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to get into it. It had nothing to do with this knife. I was going to compare it to something else. That's about it, guys. I know that was a weird silence. I was trying to think of something to carry. I don't have anything else to carry this on. This is my first automatic knife. I don't have much to compare it to. But you can tell with how small this is. Oh, that was an exaggeration. And how hard this actually fires. They're leading the pack there. That's all I got, guys. That was a weird ending to this video. But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Protech Newport, kind of the staple of Protech as far as their knives go. You got the Protech TR something, and then you have the Protech Malibu, which are also two really, really popular ones. But this one comes at the price on this, comes in at like $160 for the aluminum and the carbon fiber scales. And it goes all the way up to like $200 for like the base models. But you can literally go as high as you want with price with this, because they do some crazy shit to this. Titanium scales with the fucking you pretty much make it your own, but it'll cost you a fucking arm and a leg. Not needed. Just get this one because this one looks great. It operates fantastically, and it satisfies every itch that there is for an automatic. I don't have an itch for an automatic really, because this satisfies it, and I'm not really curious about any others yet. So, Protech Newport, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Everyday EDC. Stay sharp, stay safe, stay COVID-free, wear your fucking masks, and stay the hell away from each other. Let's get through this together. Have a great day, guys.